He's right there.
Keith, I'll let you know when I'm ready to go. Does that down here work? What's that?
It's connected to the internet.
What's that? This thing, does it work? Is it working?
It's not turned on right now.
Oh, okay. You're all good.
I don't have enough time to get.
No, don't worry about that. I just didn't know if I should be looking at it.
Wow, this app sucks. It's awful.
That means that.
Tom's rep.
Yeah.
Where's he at?
Right here. Walk out. Or no, he's over there.
Yeah, you can just
Right here.
hang out if you want. How is it out there? I know. No. What's that?
Right?
Yes, thank you.
Right there.
All right, let's go.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, they are.
Can you hear me now? Is that a little better? Okay, let me adjust myself here. Oh, I don't hear the crowd mic coming through.
All right, welcome. Soldotna Stars football, first game of the year. KSRM will be announcing the game, but they ran into some technical difficulties.
Third down or something, or both players down.
Melee football field, live from the Dan Gensel press box. I'm Nick Sorrell, bringing you tonight's opening matchup of the season between the Soldotna Stars and the Palmer Moose. Stars looking to defend their 2023 state championship, and it is an absolutely blustery day. The wind is howling from the home bleachers toward the visiting bleachers at Justin Maley Field, but I imagine that is the sentiment that the Stars want to take into this season, that they are just going to blow through all of the competition. So perhaps a fitting weather pattern, although the quarterbacks will probably not be terribly fond of the wind. But as we always say, weather is the great equalizer. So we'll see if that provides a little bit of an edge for the Palmer Moose. As I said, I'm Nick Sorrell with Race Lee back in the studio. The Sweeney's pregame show is coming up. You're listening to high school football on ESPN 1140 AM, 96.9 FM, and RadioKenai.com. 60. Test, test, test.
Well,
Yeah?
put it back on where you was.
Move back to California or something.
In for your hometown Soldotna Stars, taking on the Palmer Moose. Nick Sorrell along with Race Lee back in the studio. Time now for the Sweeney's pregame show. And what a game it's going to be. I know. So I have a little bit of inside information, right? When you run in sports circles, you tend to find some things out. So here's what I found is that the Palmer Moose's offensive and defensive lines are a little bit revamped from what they've had last year. Apparently they had a lot of wrestlers who were doing well on the mat and decided they wanted to translate that over to the football field. So I've been told that we can expect perhaps a little higher level of play from the Moose on the offensive and defensive line. One person even said with the Stars for a half. I haven't seen anybody do that in quite a while other than the Lathrop Malamutes, and they couldn't even do that in the state championship last year. But we'll see if the Moose prove us wrong. Nevertheless, we'll be right back, and we'll get you your Genoir Towing and Recovery starting lineups. You're listening to High School Football.
And here they come, folks, your 2024 Soldotna Stars. If you would, please stand, remove your hats, the flag above the scoreboard. This evening, our national anthem will be sung by Bree Scott.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight
Fantastic job, Bree. Thank you so much. And now the starting lineup for our visiting Palmer Moose. Number 2, Corbin Gherkin. Number 7, KJ Henry. Number 8, Logan Ralston. Number 9, Aiden Hirschman. Number 14, Reed Craner. Number 16, Nolan Garner. Number 51, Luke Cena. Number 52, Eli Finley. Number 57, Aiden Dawn. Number 65, Chandler Coleman. And number 76, Isaiah Harris. And now the starting lineup for your Soldotna Stars. At halfback, number 0, Andon Wolverton. At quarterback, number 1, Owen Buckby. At running back, number 4, Dax Walden. And number 6, Trevor Michael. And number 22, Matthew Schilling. And at halfback, Wyatt Faircloth. And at fullback, Jacob Kemp. And now for the big boys, at right tackle number 55, Kenai Lapule. At right guard number 56, Kodo Lapule. At left guard number 58, Theo Huff. At left tackle number 59, Elias Lee. And at center number 77, Elias Brantley. So our Stars will be kicking off with the Palmer Moose to start the game. Luke Hilliard set to kick off with the Stars. Gherkin back to return for the Moose. That'll be a touchdown. Palmer to take the ball on their own 20. 1st and 10 for the Moose.
Tackle. He was assisted
No gain on the play.
by number 69. I think I got that right. We'll see. But it'll be 2nd down and 10. No gain for the Moose on that run to the outside. Garner under center. KJ Henry lined up. Oh, no, actually, Garner's going to drop back to the shotgun. KJ Henry, the 5'8" senior, will be to his left. Garner takes the snap, throws a quick pass over to the right side to Gherkin. He's going to run, try and pick up a block, but nothing there except for a mob of stars. Let's see who comes up off the bottom. Elijah Lee. And I'm guessing that if you're listening to Stars games this year, whenever the defense is on the field, you can expect to hear that name fairly often. Elijah Lee, one of the defensive stars for Soldotna. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 after a 1-yard gain. And if I know Coach Rantley correctly, I would imagine that he would take any first down against his starting defense as a personal offense. And dropping back into the shotgun again on 3rd and 9 is Garner. Henry to his left, 3 wide receiver set. He's going to try and pass. Pressure coming through, throws one over the top, dangerous pass, falls incomplete near the far sideline. That is a 3-and-out to start the season for the Palmer Moose. Now, if you tune in to the show that we run on Monday afternoons, the replay with Nick Nolan and Sarge, you'll have heard a little bit about this matchup today where the Palmer Moose actually attempted to forfeit this game. This is a non-conference game. Later on in the season, the Stars and Moose will play a conference game. And Moose were appropriately chastised for that attempt and told they had to come down. So they're here, I guess, somewhat begrudgingly because they didn't bring a C team or a JV out to make the punt. Gherkin, not very far. That one lands on about the Moose 40-yard line, and it is going to be Stars first down in enemy territory to start their opening drive. We'll see how things roll out. Starting quarterback for the Stars this year, Owen Buckby. He's a junior. He'll be taking over for his older brother, Zach, who graduated last year after an illustrious career with the Stars. However, they do bring back Wyatt Faircloth. Stars in their patented synchronized stances. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Faircloth right up the gut. Punches through for about 5 yards. And it looks like we're going to probably get a late hit on that one as Faircloth was already down. We'll see who came in and delivered that hit. I imagine if they accept the penalty, it's probably going to be automatic first down, personal foul. Yes, it is.
Equipment violation against the Stars.
And actually, it's an equipment violation against Soldotna. Now, here's a note for you, is that in the past, the officials for the games down here on the peninsula have been coming down from Anchorage.
Never mind, that's a 15-yard.
And that is actually a 15-yard penalty against the Stars. It's going to be 1st and 25. So there's a newly formed officiating association headed by Eric Pomerlow for here on the Kenai Peninsula. And it was very fortuitous that they did that because now the Stars can have, and the Peninsula teams will have the opportunity to play football. Ball gets backed up to the Stars' 45-yard line. So they started out on Moose territory, got backed up after that equipment violation. Brantley, none too pleased with the call. It did look like there was a late hit that came in against Faircloth, but nevertheless, the Stars will have a little bit of an uphill battle. Buckby down under center, power T behind him, handoff goes to not Faircloth, it's to Kemp, he breaks to the outside, he's all the way up to the 20-yard line, the tailman, he's tackled from behind by Reed Craner, who just saved the Moose a touchdown, and that is the power of the power T, is that even when you're standing up here looking down, it's very difficult to see where that ball is going. It's a very deceptive practice where they come in and each player throws their arms over like they've taken the handoff. So the Stars erase the 15-yard penalty. with a 50-yard run. And now they're on the 5-yard line. They're going to try and punch this one in. The snap goes right back to Kemp, who punches it in for the touchdown. 2 plays in the books, and the Stars are on the board. 6-0 on a 5-yard score by Jacob Kemp. I'll put a rose in his nose after that drive because Kemp just did it all himself. 50 yards on the carry from the 45 all the way down to the 5, and then drives it in himself for the touchdown. Luke Hillier out for the extra point. And that drive went straight through the 3T Detailing Red Zone. Your professional auto detailers, find them on Facebook. Hillier's kick is up and it is good. And that scoring drive brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. When you need to do DMV work, go to Kenai Peninsula Driving in Kenai, 907-690-3783. By that drive, but we have to tip our cap to Jacob Kemp, who ran it like a beast. He's already got 55 yards and a touchdown under his belt. And the Stars are just a little over 2.5 minutes into the season. Taking a look at the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard, 7-0 Soldotna after the scoring drive. 9 minutes and 36 seconds remaining on the clock in the first quarter of the first game of the season for the 2024-25 school year for the Stars. Soldotna looking to repeat as state champions. They were able to climb back on top of the pedestal after being knocked off by the Lathrop Malamutes for a couple of years. And here comes Hillier kicking left to right. That's your Everybody Rides Again kickoff on K-Beach. A down payment and a job is all it takes. Ball fielded by Gherkin, and he's going to get wrapped up and taken down by Wolverton at the 2-yard line.
A little bit of confusion on who's going to return the ball. Lewison and Wolverton takes the 2 down at the 2.
Kick receivers did not apparently they didn't know who was supposed to take the kickoff. And it ended up in the hands of Gherkin, and he did not get far. It'll be Moose ball on their own 2-yard line, and I would imagine that this is probably why they tried to forfeit this opening game, because you know what you get when you come down here and play on the Stars football field. So, Garner back under center. He's standing with his heels on his own goal line. The Moose going right to left. Creeping in from the far side, it looks like Kemp. He comes flying through, and the handoff barely gets through the middle. And a mass of bodies. We'll see who comes up off the bottom. Kemp will get the tackle. Stars are signaling that they've taken the ball away. Referees are going to make a determination. They say, no, it's going to stay with the Moose. And I imagine KJ Henry was the one on that carry. And it looks like it's no gain, maybe half a yard for Palmer in their opening drive. They were only able to get about 1 yard before they had to punt it away. Now under 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. Garner back under center, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He drops back, hands it off, and right to the left side goes Gherkin, and he's immediately wrapped up by Wyatt Fairclough.
Fairclough with the tackle. That play goes
coming off the outside on the right side, tackled for maybe another half yard. So it's 3rd down and 9. Wolverton jogging onto the field. No, he's going to hop back on.
Lost a 1 on the play. 3rd and 9.
8 minutes and 18 seconds to play. 7-0, Stars leading. Garner jogs off the field to get the play call, and now he's right back on and into the huddle. Stars hoping to repeat this year. We'll see if they have any challenges at the Division II level. Lathrop always a potential contender. Now back in the shotgun with a 3 wide receiver set. Garner takes the snap, hands it right off, and that's Gherkin. He's tripped up, and did he get across the goal line before LaPoule was able to shoestring him? Yes, he was, and he's taken down at the 1 yard line. No, it's about the 1 inch line. They spot that football on the goal line. So 4th down and maybe 11 for the Moose, and they will be punting from their own end zone and not even as deep as you'd like to be. Back to receive the punt, Matthew Schilling. He's standing on the Moose 32-yard line. Gherkin in the back of the end zone, and a whole bunch of Stars salivating on the other side of the ball. There goes Gherkin's punt. It's up. It's going to take one hop, and Schilling lets it go off his foot. Makes a move, though. Makes a man miss. Dodges another tackle out to the right side. Another tackle dodged, and finally he's picked up by the punter, Gherkin, who came all the way to trip him up at the 25-yard line. It's going to be about a 7-yard return for Matthew Schilling. A lot of work for not a lot of yards, but impressive show of athleticism, and the Stars will take back over on the 25-yard line. Buckby under center. Faircloth, Kemp, and Wolverton in the backfield. Handoff goes to Wolverton. He's got 2 blockers in front of him around to the left side. He's all the way to the edge, and a nice big jump, and he just goes feet first into the linebacker for a 9-yard gain. I say feet first, but probably came in with his knees, but the linebacker who made the tackle is still down. I can't quite pick up the number. And the Stars are playing rough and tumble football right now, and they'll take a knee while coaches come out and attend to the down player for the Moose. While they do get a look at that player, we'll step aside. We'll be right back. You're listening to High School Football on ESPN Radio. We'll just go. The season opener for the Stars. The injured player, I believe, was Ben Ase for the Moose, and he is able to leave the field under his own power after coaches attend to him for about 2 minutes. And it's a first down for the Stars on the far hash at the 15-yard line. Buckby under center, turns around, hands it off to Kemp, who's right up the middle, spins into a tackle as he is laid out. The helmet comes off, and a couple players have to pull him back a little bit. He looks a bit hot. That tackle, I believe, made by Jacob Gardino, number 27. And so Kemp, with the helmet having come off, will have to leave the field.
For Jacob Gibb and the Stars.
And be replaced by, I think, Kenny Wong out there. So it'll be Wong, Faircloth, and Wolverton in the backfield, and Buckby under center. Stars in their huddle. 5-yard gain on that run by Kemp. 2nd and 5 from the 10. Stars in the red zone. Buckby under center, takes the snap, turns around, hands it off to Faircloth. Nice little move, spins, and then he's taken down at the 1-yard line for a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for Soldotna, already with a 7-0 lead and just over 5 minutes to go. They're in the 3T detailing red zone. It will be a score if they detail your vehicle. Your auto detailing professional. 907-252-3960. Stars quickly back under center, handoff to Faircloth, and he will dance his way right through the line and into the end zone for the 2nd score of the day for the Stars. 13-0 now, and here comes the kicking team. That scoring drive brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. Renew your license, register a vehicle, and more at Kenai Driving in Kenai. Driver training, licensing, tags, titles, and more. 907. Seven minutes of this game. They have not allowed a yard. Kemp, and a couple runs by Faircloth to get it in the end zone.
262-77-15.
They will line back up on their own 40-yard line for the kickoff. Brought to you by Everybody Rides Again. On Bay Beach, a down payment and a job is all it takes to get you into a vehicle today. 907-39. Nope, that's not the right number. So we'll just move on. It'll be Luke Hillier on the kickoff. Kickoff will go left to right. 7 minutes into the game, and the Stars are kicking off for the 3rd time. Here's Hillier. Running in, kick is up. It's a nice one. It's going to bounce right at the goal line and into the goal. End zone for a back. It will be Palmer football with 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. Stars on top, 14-0. After 2 very quick and successful drives, defense back on the field, looking ready to eat, that is for sure. Kemp back on the field after having to leave for a play when his helmet came off on that last offensive drive. And folks always say that one of the strengths of the Stars is quite literally their strength. They are a very strong, physically fit football team. They are in the weight room, most of these kids starting in 8th grade. And here they go, the Moose now with the ball again. Garner under center, 3 wide receiver set. Going right to left. He takes the snap, hands it off. Nope, it's an end around. He runs around to the left near side. He's going to take it himself, and he jogs up the sideline for a couple yards. And a big hit by Jacob Gardino right at the sideline, but Gardino gets up, and I think he put that lick on Trevor Michael, but they dap up just a little bit, and I think all is well. A 9-yard gain by Garner on that scramble to the near side, so the ball spotted on the near hash at the 30-yard line, and they actually give the Moose a first down.
He walked out.
So that is the first down of the game for Palmer. Just over 5 minutes and a couple ticks left to go in the first quarter. Garner in center, 3 wide receiver set, 2 to the right side. And KJ Henry a little bit behind him and to his right, takes the snap. Handoff is to Henry. No, Garner keeps it himself, and he's going to run it again. A lot of room to run. He's at the 50, running back to the near side. Coming in is Schilling, and he's all over his back and takes Garner down after about a 25-yard gain. 35-yard gain for a first down. And there is some laundry on the field. They have not moved the markers yet. We'll see what the call is. This one may be coming back. Head referee Eric Pomerlow will jog out to the middle of the field. No, that's not Eric Pomerlow, excuse me.
That's Al. Al Hall.
Al Hall, and they've picked up the flag, so no flag on the play, and it's just a 34-yard
No flag on the play.
34-yard gain on the run by quarterback Nolan Garner.
That's a 34-yard run.
And he's only a junior, so it's good to back next year. He had a whole lot of room to run on that scramble. We'll see what the Moose do, but I imagine they go right back to that well. Garner in center at the Stars' 36-yard line. 3 wide receiver set, takes the snap, little pass to the flat, caught, and a run right back into the middle of the field for a short gain. Aiden Hirschman on the reception, and Hirschman is down, and he is grabbing his knee.
Yeah. Flag on the play.
And a flag is on the play as well. We'll see what that call is. Coaches will come out again. Head coach for the Moose is Tim Popowski. Assistant coaches.
Looks like an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Stars. That's a 15-yard penalty against the Stars. Obviously, that'll be a first down. We'll see where they mark the ball. Marking the ball at the 17.
I turned them on.
In the red zone for Soldotna for the first time, so perhaps a couple cracks in the armor of this otherwise impenetrable defense that we've seen from the Stars for the last couple of years.
18.
Nolan Garner engineering a bit of a drive here. 3 wide receiver set. KJ Henry to his left, and Gherkin just behind him to his right. Takes the snap from the shotgun, drops back, and he's immediately got pressure. Gets the pass off, but it's a little bit out of the reach of Cale Dinwiddie, and Wyatt Fairclough was flying in. Garner just able to get rid of that one. Sometimes you'll see Wyatt coming in from the left side, sometimes from the right side. You never know. Under 4 minutes to play now on the 3 Bears Alaska scoreboard. 3 minutes and 53 seconds. Stars leading the Moose 14-0. We're in the first quarter. Garner will break the huddle, and he'll go back into the shotgun. 3 wide receiver set, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And KJ Wright, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Wyatt showing blitz. There's a little snap, dump off to the right side to Henry, and he is able to spin through a couple tackles, and he's down for about a 9-yard gain. The tackle by Theo Huff.
Theo Huff also went on the tackle.
Spins him down, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Moose from the Stars' 10-yard line. 14-0, Soldotna leading in the first quarter. Lost some very competitive portions of their team from last year. Ala Tuisaula and Hakoa Montoya from the offensive and defensive line both took scholarships to play ball out of state. Perhaps missing those big bodies on the defensive line a little bit. Stars looking like a suicide blitz coming in here. Handoff goes to Wright, and he runs into several bodies, but the offensive line pushes him forward, and it's going to be close. Theo Huff in on the tackle.
Along with Coda Lapule.
And Coda Lapule.
And that's enough for Palmer first down.
And it looks like they are going to give Palmer the first down, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Moose from the so-high 8-yard line. Ball is spotted on the far hash. The Moose going right to left. And this is the longest drive I think we've seen sustained against the Stars' starting defense probably since the year before last. Stars getting set.
Let's a bubble to 14.
Garner under center. Henry in the ace formation behind him. Handoff faked. Garner around the side. Fakes the pass. Big block. He's going to have a chance to get in, but he's wrapped up by Matthew Schilling at about the 3-yard line. Garner
with the quarterback
running the rollout pass and the option kind of to scramble on a lot of these plays, and it is working. The Stars are going to have to find an answer for that. And it'll be 2nd and goal for the Moose from the SoHi 3-yard line. Ball now on the near hash. Moose break their huddle. Garner in the shotgun. 4 wide receiver set. Man in motion. He takes the snap. It's a handoff, end around, and scampering in for a touchdown is Reed Craner. And that is the first score of the season against the Stars defense. And the now 14-6, that scoring drive. Brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. When you need to do DMV work, go to Kenai Peninsula Driving in Kenai. Get your commercial driver's license with Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction, 907-690. Just barely good.
The extra point by Owen Lance is good.
Owen Lance on that kick. And on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard, the Stars lead cut in half, 14-7 on top of the Palmer Moose. So, hey, we got ourselves a little bit of a football game here.
If you're wondering how to get some sweet
the Moose will kick off from their 40. Right to left. Well, the key play on that drive was on a 3rd and long for the Moose from their own 30-yard line, or 20, about their own 30-yard line. Nolan Garner on a rollout pass option scrambled all the way down to the Stars 36. So it was about a 34-yard gain. And then the Moose rode the success of that play, and they kept Garner going in that rollout and were able to push it in. And now they trail the Stars 14-7. The wind continuing to howl, blowing away from us up here in the Dan Gensel press box. Those little yellow flags at the tops of the goalposts are basically just tatters at this point, but I imagine that's not just from tonight's wind, probably a lot of years of wind. But the wind is blowing very hard. Back to receive the kick, a few Stars, Matthew Schilling, Dax Walden, and Andon Wolverton. It'll be Owen Lance to kick it off for the Moose. On these blustery days, sometimes kickers have a hard time keeping the ball on the tee. And it's a little short kick, a pop-up, and it's going to be caught on the far side by 29. That is Ethan Piscoya.
Down the ball.
Always have to be prepared. You never know when it's going to come right at you. Piscoya makes that catch, and it'll be first down Stars at the 35-yard line. The Moose kicking into the wind. So if you're watching or on Facebook or anything, you might see that and think, man, that was a very weak kick. Well, no, he's kicking into about a 25-mile-an-hour headwind. Stars back under center, going left to right. Handoff right up the middle to Kemp. Breaks one tackle, breaks the second, right up the gut for a 12-yard gain. He's finally taken down by Jaden Hartman. 10 now for the Stars after the 12-yard run for Kemp. So if you're keeping track, that's now 67 yards, or 72 yards for Kemp in the first quarter. 1 minute and 18 seconds to play. Stars under center. There's the snap, handoff to Faircloth through the right side of the line, and he is upended after about a 9-yard gain, by Jaden Hartman again. The Moose safety coming in and making back-to-back tackles. It'll be second down and 1. And we're under a minute to play in the first quarter on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. After the 9-yard run, ball spotted right just past center field or midfield at the Moose 42-yard line. There's the snap, and the handoff goes to Wolverton. He's around the left side, breaks a tackle, and he is free. He's down to the 5 and into the end zone for a touchdown.
Agent Zero, Andon Wolverton.
Andon Wolverton, number 0, clock still running after the score.
Touchdown.
And the Stars answer back very quickly after the drive and score by the Moose. 20-0, Luke Hillier back on the field. They marched straight through the 3T detailing red zone. Your defense against a dirty vehicle, 907-252-3960. Luke Hillier back on the field to attempt his 3rd extra point of the season. And in Wolverton now matching Kemp. Big run for big run. There's the kick, almost tipped, and it bounces off the crossbar and through the end zone. It was tipped, I think, by Gherkin.
Point is good by Hillier.
And Hillier notches another PAT by the slimmest of margins. Kicking with the wind, no less. And the score now 21-7. Just under 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Stars on top of the Moose.
You ever need any voodoo flossing or biofeedback or cupping?
Stars will kick off from their own 40 here in just a moment. That kickoff is brought to you by Everybody Rides Again on K-Beach, where your job and a down payment can get you a vehicle. Bad credit, no problem. Your job and a down payment is all it takes to get you into a vehicle today. Well, that scoring drive was about 4 plays. A run by Kemp, a run by Faircloth, and then a run by Wolverton. So I think it was actually just 3 plays. Big play, obviously, Wolverton with the 42-yard scamper for a touchdown around the left side. And this is looking familiar. Stars on top, 21-7, although they will have to find some sort of a solution for the play calling that the Moose pulled off in the last drive. Got Gherkin and Henry back to receive, along with Reed Craner, who scored the touchdown on the reverse. That one will bounce right at the goal line, and it does manage to go in and out of the back of the end zone. So it'll be a touchback for the Moose. They'll take over on their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Nolan Garner, he's pretty tall. Like we said, he plays basketball. Garner's a 6'5" junior, 160 pounds, which is what you would expect from a quarterback. Reed Craner, arguably the best athlete on the team, 5'10", 170 pounds, a 3-sport athlete, just like Garner. Garner back in the shotgun. Moose going right to left, takes the snap, it's a little bit off, pitches it over to the right side to Henry, runs out, stiff arm on Kemp, keeps his feet, and rolls ahead for about as hard a 4-yard gain as you can get. And all credit to KJ Henry, he earned every inch of those 4 yards. He settled down at 6. And that should take us to the end of the first quarter with the Stars on top of the Moose, 21-7. That will do it. We'll split sides of the field, and when we come back, it'll be the second quarter. Stars leading the Moose 21-7 after 1 quarter in the books. You're listening to high school football on ESPN Radio. maybe. 21-7, Soldotna after one quarter. 12 minutes back on the clock. It'll be the Moose ball. We flip sides of the field. Palmer now going left to right. Ball spotted on the near hash at the 24-yard line for Palmer. Garner in the shotgun with Gherkin to his left, and that'll be a false start on Logan Ralston out at wide receiver. That'll back the Moose up and erase the hard-earned 4 yards by Henry, and so it'll be 2nd down and 11.
2nd and 11. From the 19.
Ball now spotted at the 19-yard line for the Moose, and penalties will cost you against a disciplined team like the Stars. Defensive line shuffling around. Lee out on the far edge. Garner in the shotgun with Gherkin to his right and 4 wide receivers set. Garner takes the snap, looking to throw to the left side. He's got Ralston on a little outside pass, and Ralston coughs up the football after he makes the catch, but it bounces out of bounds.
The ball is fumbled out of bounds.
And it was a 10-yard gain, or no, a 6-yard gain on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. 11 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the second quarter. Coda Lapule jogging off the field. He'll be replaced by, it looks like the Stars are just going to go down to a prevent defense here. 3 down linemen. Garner in the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. Takes the snap, drops back. 3-4 steps. Now he's going to scramble inside. Collapsing. Here comes Faircloth, and he wraps him up for a 4-yard loss.
Quarterback pressure.
And that'll be a 4th down. I imagine the conversation on the sideline between Coach Brantley and Wyatt Faircloth was he cannot scramble like that anymore. A 6-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down and 11. And here comes Corbin Gherkin to punt for the Moose on the far hash. Gherkin back at about the 8-yard line. Back to receive for the Stars is Matthew Schilling. These punts should go a little bit farther. Bad punt, and Gherkin runs around to the left side. And wow, what a booming punt all the way down to the Stars. Now it's going to spin backward and bounce to the Stars 26. Let me count this up here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, almost a 65-yard punt by Corbin Gherkin. And that should show you what a 20-mile-an-hour tailwind will do when you're kicking the football. So those punts by Gherkin earlier that looked somewhat amateurish now look very professional going the other way. It'll be Stars football, 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line, 28-yard line. And Owen Buckby under center. Takes the snap, handoff is, no, he's going to drop back, throws it over the top. He's got Schilling wide open. The catch, Schilling running, and he's dropped from behind by Jaden Hartman, who has once again saved a touchdown for the Moose. And you want to talk about digging into the bag of tricks. Coach Brantley said, you know what, I'm going to dial up a deep pass into the wind. And the Stars get about a 40-yard, 50-yard gain on the play. He told us before the season to keep an eye out on number 22, Matthew Schilling, that the kid was an athlete and that he would be successful. And already right there you see it, Buckby on the pass. And now a 1st and 10 for the Stars from the Moose 35 on the near sideline. Buckby keeps it himself. Now he's got Trevor Michael wide open, but the pass is just a little bit too short. The Moose absolutely unprepared for these passes. Michael didn't have a Moose defender within 10 yards of him in any direction. Pass just a little bit short, though. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the Palmer 34-yard line. Kemp, Faircloth, and Wolverton in the backfield. Buckby under center.
When it's incomplete, it's on the snap.
And it looks like they spotted the ball at the 34, but yeah, it should be at the 35. They almost gave the Stars a free yard. 2nd and 10. Buckby under center. Snap. Handoff to Faircloth. He's got a couple blockers and room to run. Misses one tackle. Splits the defense and runs forward. And a 6-7 yard gain on the play. And a flag comes in holding against the Stars against number 15. Does that sound right?
No.
No? 51? Oh, let's see here.
Dude, Andon just completely missed the ball.
Looked like he indicated 15, but I don't think that was correct. We'll see who was on. It's a 10-yard penalty, so now the Stars are backed up. Seen a couple penalties here in the first half. An equipment penalty on the opening play of the Stars' first drive. Cost them 15 yards. And now they're backed up all the way to the 44-yard line. There's the snap, handoff to Wolverton to the near side. Around one tackle, gets a block from Kemp. Up to second, now the sideline. He's going to run away with a touchdown. And in Wolverton in the end zone for the second time of the game. A 44-yard touchdown run for Andon Wolverton, and what a start to the season for the Soldotna Junior. But we'd be remiss if we didn't tip our cap to Jacob Kemp, who led the way with about 2 big blocks up the near side, powering his way through one and on to the next. And once again, there goes Wolverton running straight through the 3T detailing red zone. 3T detailing, it's a perfect gift for your vehicle. 907-252-3960. Extra point is up, and it is good. Luke Hillier is 3 for 3, and the score with 9 minutes and 21 seconds remaining on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. 28-7, Soldotna on top. That scoring drive brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. If you've got a team who needs driving lessons, call Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction at 907-690-3783. And let's be honest, folks, if you have a team, they all need driving lessons. So give them a call, 907-690-3783.
Right here, it's in the program, people.
It'll be the Stars will be kicking it off. And we'll see if Hillier can get the loft on his kickoffs that he was getting in the first quarter. Now he'll be kicking into the wind.
Ryan Berg, Bill Wolverton, for all of your generous donations to Soldotna football. Thank you.
Wind blowing very hard. Away from us and a little bit left to right as well. So going right to left, Hillier will be kicking directly into the wind. Forecast said 20-mile-an-hour sustained winds, gusts up to 25. And fortunately, these guys are able to stay upright, so it's not blowing too hard. Hillier in for the kickoff, brought to you by Everybody Rides Again on K-Beach. Bad credit, no problem. Your job and a small down payment can get you into a vehicle today. Hillier with the kick, it's up, and boy, it doesn't go very far into the wind. It bounces, and it goes right off of 14, and he's immediately wrapped up after he picks it up by Matthew Schilling. Reed Craner let that one slip right through his arms, turned around, picked it up, and ends up with a return of about 0 yards thanks to Matthew Schilling. Give Schilling a shekel for that tackle because it was hard and impressive.
24.
So first down and 10 yards to go for the Moose from their own 24-yard line. Ball spotted on the far hash. Theo Huff end at the near side. Elijah Lee on the far side. Nolan Garner back in the shotgun with a 4 wide receiver set. 2 on the far side. Takes the snap, drops back. Little dump-off pass to Henry, and he is immediately wrapped up by Matthew Schilling. Theo Huff coming in to help out on the tackle. And boy, we are saying Schilling's name and Wolverton. The juniors really showing out this evening for the Stars already. A 6-yard loss or a 5-yard loss on the play, so it'll be at the 19-yard line now.
And Wolverton on the tackle. Loss of 6 on the play.
Stars have made the defensive adjustment.
I told you that was freaky.
Trevor Walden, defensive coordinator for the Stars, adjusting quickly to the rollout for the Moose. And Garner back in the shotgun. He wants to have a quick conversation. And now a timeout from the Moose on the far sideline. We'll step aside. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to High School Football on ESPN Radio. And 15 from their own 19-yard line. 8 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the first half. They trail the Stars 28-7. Nolan Garner, the QB, in the shotgun. 4 wide receiver set. There's the snap. He wants to throw deep. Ball is way over the top. Ralston down the near side, but Schilling has him covered like white on rice. Ralston was going nowhere on that play. But not a bad play and not a bad pass by Nolan Garner. Sometimes you have to put those up there in a position where your receiver just has to go and get it. But Matthew Schilling, like we said, was a blanket all over Ralston. So it'll be 3rd down and 15 now for the Moose. 8 minutes and 14 seconds to play. Moose perhaps trying to take advantage a little bit of that tailwind now with the long ball. 4 wide receiver set. Garner in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Drops back, looking right side, hits Ralston. Nope. That one bounces right off Ralston's hands. It'll be an incomplete pass.
Bringing a 4th down.
And 4th and 15 after the 3 and out for Palmer. So Soldotna makes the adjustment. They give up a sustained drive on the previous play where the Moose were able to punch one in for a touchdown. Now Gherkin back to punt again. Schilling backing up all the way to his own 45 now. Snap is high. High punt. Schilling makes the catch. Almost stumbles, runs to the far side. Gets through one tackle on the far sideline, and he's pulled down by Reed Craner on the far sideline. About a 20-yard return. So Matthew Schilling now with a 40-yard touchdown, or excuse me, a 40-yard reception in the game. And we'll say about 45, 50 yards in returns. Or excuse me, 25, 30 yards of returns. It'll be so high football, 1st and 10 on the Moose 41-yard line. 7 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the first half. Faircloth, Kemp, and Wolverton in the backfield. Buckby under center. Takes the snap. Handoff goes to Wolverton right up the middle. And down to the outside. And he's wrapped up and pulled down by Jaden Hartman.
Whatever you did there was
I hope his coaches
win.
did him a cookie after the game because he is doing phenomenal coming in from that safety position. A 5-yard gain, 6-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 4 yards to go for the Stars. They lead 28-7 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. Buckby under center, ball in the near hash. Handoff goes to Wong right up the middle. He came in for Kemp. And he's going to be pretty close to a first down.
Oh, he got ankle.
That is, if they call for a measurement, we'll see.
Referee timeout.
And that's a first down for the Stars. First and 10 now from the Palmer 31. And the clock will resume at 6 minutes and 55 seconds. First and 10, Soldotna. Trying to push this score up to 35-7 if they can get it into the end zone again. We'll see who gets the treat this time because it looked like it was going to be a Jacob Kemp kind of day. 72 yards already with a touchdown in the game. But now Andon Wolverton, 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. Here's the snap and whistle and a flag.
Plays blown dead.
And we're going to get a delay of game penalty against Soldotna. So I would imagine that this is going to be the focus for Coach Brantley going into this week is playing mistake-free football. This is uncharacteristic. Normally a lot more discipline from the Soldotna teams. Already today, 4 penalties, 2 of them for 15 yards. So I think the Stars all combined are over 50 yards in penalties so far in the game. Now backed up to the Palmer 36-yard line. First and 15 for Soldotna. A 2-back set. Wolverton out to the far side at the wing now. Snap, handoff to Wong, right up the middle. Big block, spins through a tackle, and now wrapped up and pulled down from behind after about a 25-yard run. That was, I believe, Skylar Eichenlab on the tackle. And it'll be first and goal for the Stars after the 26-yard run right up the gut. Beautiful blocking and a nice spin move by Low Kenny Wong. Wong remains in at halfback with Faircloth to his left, or excuse me, at fullback with Faircloth to his left and Wolverton to his right. There's the snap, handoff to Wong, right up the middle, powers through a tackle, and into the end zone for a Soldotna touchdown. Every running back gets a touchdown for the Stars in the first half. 1 for Wyatt Faircloth, 1 for Jacob Kemp, 2 for Andon Wolverton, and now 1 for Low Kenny Wong. Everybody gets to eat today. 5 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the first half, and barring the extra point, the Stars will be on top 35-7. In the 3T detailing red zone, paint correction, protection, ceramic coating, full interior and exterior detailing, 907-252-3960. And the kick is up and good, and the Stars' lead is now 4 touchdowns. We'll see if that is the backbreaker. They say that if you go up by 3 if you go down by 3 touchdowns or more against a good team, that's almost the point of no return. That scoring drive brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. If you've always wanted to drive big rigs, call Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction today. Driver training, licensing, tags, titles, and more. 907-690-3783. Stars a 36-yard scoring drive, highlighted by key runs from Low Kenny Wong, about 30 yards worth of carries, and a score for the Sohai senior. Out for the kickoff, Luke Hillier, who looked like a monster of a leg in the first half, but now the headwind having a little bit to do with changing that. Hillier kicks this one, not terrible. All the way down to about the 17-yard line, taken by Gherkin. Powers through 1 tackle, picks up a block, and carries about 4 Stars with him as he falls ahead to the 33-yard line. Jacob Kemp in on the tackle. Corbin Gherkin, about a 20-yard return. maybe a little bit less, but the Moose will take over with 5 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the first half. 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Signals coming in from the sideline from defensive coordinator Trevor Walden. We'll give you your Stars coaching staff here in just a moment. Nolan Garner back under center with a 3-wide receiver set. Henry in the ace formation behind him, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left side, and he's got Theo Huff right in his face. Oh, it's thrown, almost picked off by Low Kenny Wong.
Low Kenny Wong on the pass deflection.
A heads-up play by Reed Craner, who is the intended target, to get his hand in there and knock that ball away. Craner found himself having to play defensive back momentarily, but he prevented the Low Kenny Wong interception. Wong popped up and grabbed his helmet. Oh, and let's see here. We got a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is. And it is against the Moose. And I believe they're going to call it against
Carter Hilliard in the game with the Stars.
Looked like they said number 15. Nope, it's going to go against the Stars. It's a 15-yard penalty. And I'm not quite sure what for.
Not sure what the call was, but it's a 15-yard.
The referee who threw the flag was walking toward the sideline, and I saw him move his hands in that kind of yapping motion, like maybe he was telling Coach Brantley that there was a little too much talking going on the field, perhaps. And you know what? That's where we're going to go. We're going to go ahead and say that's what it was. So 15-yard penalty, perhaps unsportsmanlike conduct. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Moose from their own 49-yard line.
That's enough for a Palmer 1st down.
With 5 minutes and 24 seconds remaining on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard, Stars leading the Moose 35-7. The Moose have only been able to generate offense on one drive. Otherwise, they've been stopped on 3 and outs every single time. They've gotten a little help from the Stars with a 15-yard penalty. That's now almost 70 yards in penalties against Soldotna. Garner in the shotgun, 3-4 wide receiver set. Takes the snap, hands it off to Henry, who runs to his right, spins through one tackle, but he is just smothered by several Stars, and it looks like one of the Lapules coming off the bottom of that pile. Kenai Lapule in on the tackle. So it'll be 2nd down and almost 11 after a loss of 1 on the play. Clock continuing to run, under 5 minutes to play now in the first half. Don't go anywhere at halftime. We'll be right here with your halftime report, brought to you by The Best Shop. 2nd down and 11 for the Moose. Garner in the shotgun. 3 wide receiver set, sends Craner in motion, hands it off on the reverse. Craner up the far side, breaks one tackle, and he's wrapped up and taken down by Wyatt Faircloth into his own sideline. A gain of 6 on the play, 7 almost, so it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Palmer Moose. 4 minutes and 17 seconds remaining. They will probably try to extend this drive out as long as they can, just to keep the Stars from getting another opportunity. So high scoring on every single offensive possession thus far.
Mason came up to him to jam him. That's what he's supposed to do, but he didn't see the ball.
Moose make their way up to the line. 3 wide receivers set. Garner in the shotgun. Henry in the pistol behind him. He takes the handoff. No, it's a fake, and Garner rolls out to his left, and he has to just get rid of it because he has every inch of Wyatt Faircloth right in his face, and it'll be 4th down and 5 for the Moose. And with 3 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the first half, it's decision-making time. You are in Stars territory at the 45. You are losing by 4 touchdowns. And yes, the decision is to go for it. Watch Ralston on the near side. He's been the target of a couple deep balls Here's Garner taking the pass, snap from the shotgun, throws over the top. Pass is caught by Reed Craner right at the first down marker, and it looks like they're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
Well, we've got both teams right at the sticks, pointing both ways. The referee making his way in from the sideline. We'll see where the spot is at. And it looks like they're going to give Palmer a first down. So a nice pass from Nolan Garner and a catch by Reed Craner. And a timeout on the field. Looks like Coach Brantley wants to have a conversation with his defense. Not too pleased. We'll step aside. You're listening to High School Football on ESPN Radio. First and 10 for the Palmer Moose from the Soldotna 41-yard line. 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first half. Palmer trying to add to their point total. 35-7, the Stars lead. Garner under center, 3 wide receiver set, takes the snap. Handoff to Henry to the left side. Gets out of one tackle, and he's immediately wrapped up by Dax Walden, who brings him down after a 2-yard gain.
Along with Jacob Kemp. 2-yard gain on the play.
Jacob Kemp able to assist in the tackle, and so the clock will continue. No, it's going to be stopped. Looks like maybe a timeout call on the field. Oh, now they've spotted the ball, and so there we go. 2nd and 8 from the Stars' 39-yard line. Under 3 minutes to play now. The Moose trying to get an extra score in before the first half. Garner under center. 3 wide receivers and right in the ace formation. Drops the ball, picks it up, throws over the top. He's got Craner in the ball. Tipped by Will Kenny Wong. Craner in perfect position in open space to make that catch on the near side. Will Kenny Wong teleports in out of nowhere and makes the tip. And it'll be 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, thumbs up. All right.
Low Kenny Wong having himself a bit of a game here. The Stars senior at 5'10", 185 pounds. He's been a force on defense, and he's also gotten in some about 40 yards of running and a touchdown. Back in the shotgun on a 3rd and 8. Garner with 4 wide receivers. And a false start as Cale Dinwiddie clearly did not get the memo that that one was on 2. And that'll back the Moose up. Not what they needed. Now it's a 3rd and 13. 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the first half. Moose quickly getting up to the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Jaden Hartman at the wing. And Garner in the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back, looks left, now right, steps up in the pocket, throws deep. He's got Craner wide open, and it's an easy touchdown for the Moose.
Palmer moves with a touchdown.
A 46-yard touchdown pass from Nolan Garner. An absolute beauty of a pass to Reed Craner, who slipped in behind the Stars defense. Mason Bach was the safety back there and just did not see Craner slipping in behind him. And with 2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining, the score is now 35-13. Stars on top. In for the extra point is Owen Lance. It's up, it's good. And it is 35-14.
The Moose 14.
So the Moose hanging around here a little bit with the Stars. That play broke down. The Nolan Garner, nice job stepping back up in the pocket after taking the snap in the shotgun, keeping the play alive just long enough for Craner to sneak behind the defense and take that deep ball. But that one was put on a dime by Garner from about 46 yards out.
Thank you, Doug, at P9 Neon Signs.
2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. That scoring drive brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. Get all your DMV needs taken care of at Kenai Peninsula Driving in Kenai. If you've got a teen who needs driving lessons, call Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction 907-690-3783. The Moose will be kicking off with the wind. We'll see who goes back to receive the kick. Looks like Wolverton and Schilling.
Schilling, Wolverton, and Walden.
And Walden will all
firm up.
bring back. They'll stand on about the 20-yard line, which means that they're all but giving this one up for a touchback because we've seen these kicks with the wind going pretty far. Owen Lance's kick. No, it's up and right to Schilling. He takes it at about the 7. Running right up the middle. Gets a good block. Breaks through 1. Now he's up the far side. Now at the 50 and at the 40 and the 45, the 35, and he's finally pulled out of bounds by the kicker, Owen Lance.
Owen Lance, the last.
Schilling showing off the wheels.
Makes the tackle.
Right up the middle. And if you blink, you'll miss it. The Stars already looking to clap back against the Moose. They'll start this drive on the Palmer 35-yard line after the 55-yard return
23 left in the half
by Matthew Schilling. 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the half. Buckby under center. Snap. Hand off to, nope, it's a drop back and a pass. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage, but it's caught by Faircloth, and he's going to dance in for the touchdown. I tell you, when things are going your way, everything starts going your way. That pass was tipped at the line of scrimmage. I think the intended receiver was Schilling coming out down the near sideline, but Wyatt Faircloth on the fake, running to the near side, was in perfect position to make the catch and potentially got his most unexpected touchdown of the season thus far, which isn't very long. So that's 2 touchdowns for Faircloth, 2 for Wolverton, 1 for Jacob Kemp, and 1 for Low Kenny Wong. Stars lead 41-14. That touchdown catch and run by Faircloth danced his way right through the right through the 3T detailing red zone. Get your vehicle professionally detailed by 3T Detailing, 907-252-3960. And Luke Hilliard just missing the extra point, so the score remains 41-14. And that drive for the Stars. We'll give you a recap on that drive. Here's the drive recap. One play for 35 yards, and it took 7 seconds. That's what it looks like when a team takes it personally that they were scored on. 41-14. I would say that probably if you're going to throw a criticism at the Stars today, it's going to be the penalty yards. A little over 70 yards in penalties racked up in the first half. A couple personal fouls and some procedural calls against them. Luke Hillier back out on the field. He's going to spot the ball at set the ball up at the 40-yard line. He'll be kicking into the wind again, although it does appear that the wind has died down just a little bit. At least the flag string is not as taut as it was at the game. Here's your everybody rides again kickoff. A down payment and a job is all it takes. It's an onside kick, and sliding in
Onside kick by the Stars.
for the kick received the kick is 31, Peter Isaacson. And it looked like the Stars had a man right there ready to snag it. But nevertheless,
First and 10.
we'll see if that costs them.
From the 50.
A little bit greedy, perhaps, the onside kick. And so the ball will be right at midfield in the center of the Soldotna Stars logo. And it'll be Palmer Moose ball, first and 10 from the 50-yard line. Nolan Garner right into the shotgun. We'll see if they go back to the deep ball. Lo Kenny Wong back at safety. And there's the snap. Garner rolling to his left. He's got Wyatt Faircloth all over him. A pass to KJ Henry is caught, and he runs toward the far sideline and is pushed out of bounds.
Flags on the play. Let's see what those are.
Multiple flags coming out.
Might be a late.
Marcus
First indication looks like a
Hagedorn
holding. We'll see who it's going against.
on the tackle for now. Referees are conferring, and it's holding against the Moose.
10-yard penalty. The Stars will accept that.
And it'll be 10 yards, so that'll back the Moose up. It'll be first down and 20 from their own 40-yard line.
From the 40.
2 minutes and 8 seconds on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. The last 4 or 5 minutes have pretty much equaled the first quarter and second quarter combined. Kind of has screeched to a halt here as the offenses have started showing up just a little bit for both teams. Now for the first and 20, Garner in the shotgun, 3 wide receiver set. Drops back, Elijah Lee applying pressure, pass over the top, and it's incomplete.
Fastball's incomplete.
Craner was the intended target.
Genuinely the intended
It'll
target.
be
on that one.
second and 20
Second and 20.
for the Moose, and Garner has to get rid of that football in about 3 seconds or less because he has Theo Huff and Elijah Lee right in his face every single time. Back in the shotgun, 4 wide receiver set now. Garner takes the snap, drops back, big hit on Lee. Pass over the top is caught by Ralston, and he's pushed out of bounds by, I believe that was Hagedorn.
Marcus Hagedorn pushes Ralston out of bounds.
Thank goodness, Marcus. No more.
And that is,
4 on the play.
nope, excuse me, Aiden Hirschman on the catch, and he goes out of bounds. Minute 58 remaining in the first quarter, or the first half, 41-14, Stars on top of the visiting Palmer Moose in a game that they attempted to forfeit, actually, before they came down. And so varsity only coming down, no JV, no C team. Third down and about 16 for the Moose. 3 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. And now we have a whistle. Delay of game against the Moose, and so that'll erase the short yardage that they were able to pick up on the throw and catch. And it'll be about third down and 21 yards to go
5, making it 3rd and 21.
from their own 39-yard line. At this point, you probably, with under 2 minutes to play, third and this long, maybe just run it and hope for something great, and if not, punt it away and try and get into halftime to figure out what you're going to try and do in the second half. Palmer jogging up to the line of scrimmage. Garner once again in the shotgun. 3 wide receiver set. Stars in the prevent defense. 3-4. There's a pass over the top, and intended target was KJ Henry. He wants a flag. He thinks he got bobbed by Wyatt Faircloth in the secondary. but he didn't even have his head turned around looking for the football. It was a well-thrown ball by Garner, and it'll be 4th down and 21 after the incomplete pass, and we'll see what Coach Brantley decides to do here. He's going to have about 1 minute and 45 seconds to work with after they get this ball back. Schilling at about the 27-yard line. High snap. Gherkin kicks, and it's going to take a big bounce. And Schilling will just let it go. And it'll be touchdown by the Moose at the Sohai 16-yard line. So perhaps the 2-minute drill here, a little chance to try that out. It'll be the Stars ball on their own 21.
They're on 21.
First down and 10 with a 41-14 lead. And 1 minute 43 remaining in the first half. Nick Sorrell along with Race Lee back in the studio on your broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Glad to have you a part of the show this evening. Stars. It's set. There's the ball. It's right up the middle. Jacob Kemp. He's all by himself, but he's chased down by KJ Henry after about a 40-yard gain. And that is how it goes for Soldotna. Kemp, the fullback, taking over for Garrett Medcoff last season, who ran that fullback position with great aplomb and effectiveness. And we have a Palmer Moose down back near the original line of scrimmage. KJ Henry, though, nice job showing off the speed because Kemp had a full head of steam and he was behind everybody. But Henry was able to chase him down so fast, in fact, that Kemp actually had to pull up and try to make a move. So we have seen some shows of athleticism from the Palmer Moose tonight. Some great passing from Nolan Garner, the quarterback. Some very nice running and catching by Reed Craner. And also some nice running by KJ Henry. We don't know who the player is who's down. But while the Palmer coaches are out attending to the down player, we'll step aside. It's 41-14, Stars on top of the Moose with 1 minute 31 to play in the first half. You're listening to high school football on ESPN 1140 AM, 96.9 FM, and RadioKenai.com. To make it off the field, had to go with some assistance from the coaches. That was number 27, Jacob Gardino. It'll be the Stars football. Buckby in a little bit of trouble as he runs out to pass, breaks one tackle, and he's going to be shouldered to the ground by Luke Senna, number 51. I don't know if that was a designed keeper or a missed handoff. And
on the tackle for the Moose.
Stars did not throw the ball in the first quarter when they had the wind in their favor. They have now thrown the ball 3 times in the second quarter into the wind. They do give Buckby about a 1-yard gain on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Stars, I believe, call a timeout with 1 minute 16 to play in the first half. Don't go anywhere when the first half goes, when we head into halftime. Stick around for the halftime report brought to you by The Best Shop. If you have a big rig or a piece of equipment that needs repaired, The Best Shop is a full heavy-duty repair facility. They carry Western snowplows and Snow X plows. Get yours today. Before you order or buy tires anywhere else, check with The Best Shop on K Beach, your store. 2nd down and 9 for the Stars with 1 minute 16 remaining in the first half. It'll be Kemp and Faircloth in the backfield, and a 2 wide receiver set. Schilling and Low Kenny Wong out to the far side. Handoff goes up the middle to Kemp, and he runs into the official.
Jacob Kemp with a run.
Otherwise, he would have, he maybe would have picked up a few more yards. As it stands, he picks up the first down.
First down, Stars.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the from the Palmer 34-yard line. The referees are waiting for the down markers to get set. There's the snap. Dropping back to pass is Buckby. He hits Low Kenny Wong, who runs right back to the middle of the field, bounces off one tackle. Now another. Now he's on the near side, and he's wrapped up and pulled down by Jason Reese, number 53 for the Moose. But a flag does come in, and it looks like we're going to get a holding call against the Stars. That will negate. I think we got an illegal man downfield on the passing play against the Stars. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty, and that'll back the Stars up again. And they are probably getting close to 100 penalty yards in the first half. They still lead 41-14, though. Owen Buckby getting the nod for a couple different passes so far on this drive. Now 1st and 15 from the Palmer 39-yard line. There's the snap, handoff to Faircloth around the near side, far side. And he's got Henry, who comes flying into the backfield and wraps him up for a tackle and a no gain on the play. Coach Brantley signaling to hurry up. It's now 2nd and 15. 30 seconds to play in the first half. Buckby under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Wong. Wong running to the near side. A couple big blocks, runs through one tackle, and now he's wrapped up by about 4 different Moose. Reed Craner leading the way on that tackle. And a timeout from the Stars after a 5-yard gain on a run to the near side by Low Kenny Wong. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for Soldotna, trying to punch one more score in before the first half concludes. They lead the Moose 41-14. Here's a little recap of all the scores thus far. First score of the day, Jacob Kemp picking up a lot of yards, over 50 on the first drive of the game for Soldotna. He has 1 touchdown. Wyatt Faircloth has a pair of touchdowns. He punched one in from the 5-yard line in the first quarter, and then he also took a 35-yard touchdown pass from Owen Buckby, his first touchdown pass of the year. Andon Wolverton up over 70 yards as well. He's got a pair of touchdowns. And Low Kenny Wong also got the nod on a drive early in the second quarter. He has 1 touchdown. Coming out of the timeout, 3rd down and 9 for the Stars. Ball spotted on the near hash. Stars going right to left. Snap. Buckby drops back. Throwing over the top. Schilling is just a little bit overthrown. And it'll be 4th down and 9.
10 seconds remaining in the half.
With just over 10 seconds remaining. Schilling had KJ Henry guarding him, although he was able to sneak around behind the defensive back before that ball got to him. It was just a little bit overthrown. Schilling back out in the wideout spot. Buckby takes the snap, drops back, throws deep. He's looking for Schilling, and the catch is made! Schilling pulled down at the 5-yard line, and a timeout is called.
Schilling goes up and
It's not a timeout. They just have stopped the clock while the chains get moved. The Stars are looking to spike the ball to stop the clock. They have no timeouts left. Snap and spike with 3 seconds, 2 seconds remaining in the first half. And the Stars are going to get one more chance to punch this one in to extend their lead. Matthew Schilling with an incredible catch, climbing the ladder over the top of the shorter defensive back to haul that one in for about a 35-yard gain. And we've been calling his name on both sides of the ball so far this game. And it'll be the Stars' 2nd and goal from the Moose 4-yard line. This will be the last play of the first half. Buckby under center takes the snap, keeps it himself. He's looking in the back of the end zone. Pass is tipped and knocked away, and zeros on the clock. Stars unable to put it in. They lead 41-14 at halftime. We'll be right back with your halftime report brought to you by The Best Shop. You're listening to Soldotna High School football on ESPN 1140 AM, 96.9 FM, and RadioKenai.com.
The Palmer Moose cheerleaders.
Best Shop on KBH, your tire store. 907-262-8785. The Best Shop is the sponsor of the halftime report. 907-262-8785. Well, it was almost all so high in the first half. One nice drive and one great pass and catch from the Moose gave them 14 points on the board. 41-14 is your score at halftime. Stars on top. Quick recap, Owen Buckby actually getting the nod to throw the ball a lot more often than we would have anticipated in these kind of windy conditions. He had 5 passes. He was 3 for 5 with 3 completions on those 5 passes. Wyatt Faircloth caught one of them for a 30-yard catch and score. He has 2 touchdowns, one on the ground, a 5-yard punch-in from on the opening or the second drive of the half for the first quarter for the Stars. And then the 30-yard catch and score, as we said. 1 touchdown for Jacob Kemp.
All right, now taking
the fullback running it right up the gut for a 50-yard run at one point before he was tripped up. And then another big run. He's over 100 yards in the game. 1 touchdown for him. Andon Wolverton, 60-plus yards so far in the first half. 2 touchdown runs for the Stars junior. Matthew Schilling, a 35-yard catch. And Lo Kenny Wong picking up about 50 yards in rushing in the first half, as well as a touchdown. Also had a touchdown-saving pass deflection in the second quarter. Lo Kenny Wong getting it done on both sides of the football. And like we said, it's 41-14. We'll step aside. You're listening to the halftime report. When we come back, we'll give you a little bit about these Stars and the Moose heading into this season and some power rankings from some of those agencies that do that kind of thing. You're listening to High School Football on ESPN Radio.
Nice job, ladies. Thank you so much for all your dedication to cheerleading.
It's halftime. So we'll play through what replays we have.
Brought to you by Everybody Rides Again. A down payment and a job is all it takes to get you into a vehicle today. Kickoff taken by Dax Walden, running up the near side, splits the defense. He has a room to work, but he's brought down after about a 45-yard return by number 31. That is Peter Isaacson, the 5'10" senior. And it'll be a hard ball. Man, they work a lot of their offense in the opposition side of the field. A great kick return by Dax Walden. That follows up another great one at the end of the first half from Matthew Schilling. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Snap handoff is to Faircloth. He's right up the middle, barrels his way forward, and is tripped up by KJ Henry. I don't even know if you can say tripped up. Really, he just kind of ran into Henry, and that was the only thing he could do to stop Faircloth from steamrolling his way ahead. 1st down and 10 for the Stars, now from the Moose, 29-yard line. Sohai going right to left to open up the second half. Buckby under center. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle to Kemp. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another one, and he's finally pulled down after a 15, 16-yard gain by Jaden Hartman. Another tackle for Hartman. And now from the 9-yard line, or excuse me, the 14-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Moose, 14.
It'll be 1st down for Soldotna. There's a snap. Hand off to Wolverton. He's got all sorts of room to work, and he bullies his way in for the touchdown. Only one man with a chance to make the tackle. That was Chandler Coleman. And I don't even think he realized that Wolverton had the ball until Wolverton was pancaking him on his way into the end zone. So 45 seconds, and the Stars are back on the board with another touchdown. They dance their way right through the 3T detailing red zone. Be in the red zone, not the dirty zone. 907-252-3960. Extra point kick is up and through the uprights. Luke Hillier on that kick. That scoring drive brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving, driver training, licensing, tags, titles, and more at Kenai Peninsula Driving.
48. The Palmer Moose, 14.
Checking in with the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. 11 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Only 45 seconds gone in the second half, and the Stars have padded their lead. They now lead the Moose 48-14. There are a lot of games where the Stars have come out in the second half and put the JV straight on the field. First O goes back on the field to start that drive, and they immediately tack on another touchdown. Hillier will kick off, once again kicking into the wind. So the Stars will be playing with the wind going into the fourth quarter. Hillier will spot the ball on the near hash, 40-yard line of the Stars end of the field. He'll kick off right to left. Trying to get the ball set, he's going to call for Mason Bach to run over and just hold the ball for him so he can kick it off. And the wind is continuing to howl. Now it actually looks like it's picking back up. As we said in the first half, 20 mile-an-hour sustained winds, gusts up to 25. A line drive kick that kind of takes a little bit of a knuckleball move, and it's going to be picked up by Ralston. Or no, that's not Ralston, that's Hirschman. And he will just take a knee. And for a return of no gain, and Palmer will take over, trailing 48-14 in the third quarter on their own 28-yard line. Looking at the positives for the Moose, which when you're trailing 48-14, you got to try and find some positives. I would say that the quarterback play from Nolan Garner has definitely been a positive. He is responsible for the majority of the Moose yards, a 50-plus yard scramble en route to their first touchdown, and then a 50-yard pass. We'll start this drive under center, 4 wide receiver set. Takes the snap, pitch to Henry, who's immediately wrapped up and thrown down for a 10-yard loss, 8-yard loss by Elijah Lee. And he looked like he was coming through a wet paper bag getting into the backfield right there. 48-14 the score. And Elijah Lee playing with authority from the right end. The defensive front for the Stars is just very impressive. You've got the Lapule brothers, Kenai and Coda, the sophomore and the senior, at the tackles. And then on the ends, Theo Huff and Elijah Lee. So now 2nd down and 17 for the Moose. Garner in the shotgun. Moose going left to right now. Here's the snap, a little bit low, drops back, throws over the top. He had Ashman, but overlet him just a little bit. Ball came in just a little too hot, and Ashman unable to make the catch. He had good position on Trevor Michael, though. And it'll be 3rd down and 17. The only defensive mistakes for the Stars have been a little bit of a breakdown on a drive in the first quarter where they allowed the Moose to go the length of the field to score, and then a blunder in the secondary that allowed a 56-yard touchdown. Garner back in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking to pass, but he's got Elijah Lee chasing him down. Here comes Schilling, a big hit. The pass gets off, and it's caught and then dropped. No, they say incomplete pass.
Called incomplete, not a fumble.
That was Aiden Hirschman he was the intended target, and it looked like he caught the ball, but I think the rule is that you got to make a football move, and he kind of didn't really have more than a blink to do that. He got blown up. So an incomplete pass, and now it'll be another punt from Corbin Gherkin. 4th down and 17 for the Moose. Gherkin standing at his own 10-yard line. Moose communicating. Hirschman slides out the far side, and now we've got a whistle. We'll see if it's a timeout or a penalty. Referees coming in to have a conversation. And we're going to get offsides against the Stars, or a neutral zone infraction. And so 5-yard penalty will make it 4th and 12. Matthew Schilling back to receive the punt, standing on his own 39-yard line. Gherkin to punt. High snap. Runs to his right side, and now he'll get rid of it. Kicks it away from Schilling, but it takes a big hop, and Schilling takes it off of bounds. Runs to his right side. Evades a couple tackles. Past the 50. Up the far sideline. Jumps over another tackle to the 10, the 20. And he's finally pushed out of bounds, or excuse me, from the 25 to 20, pushed out of bounds at the 15. And Matthew Schilling with a 45-yard punt return. Gherkin did everything he could to try and keep that ball away from Schilling, but Matthew still took it on a big hop, and it looks like they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 30. So it'll be a 30-yard return for Schilling, and it'll be 1st and 10 Stars once again, starting another drive in enemy territory. Starting offense still on the field. Buckby under center. There's the snap, the handoff to Wolverton. Nope, it's a pass, and it is to Faircloth. He makes the catch on the near side. Pass is a little bit high. Craner in on the tackle. And Faircloth with a 4-yard catch. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Stars from the Moose 26-yard line. Seeing a lot of passes in this game, more than we would have thought, especially since all the passes have come when the Stars are going right to left into the wind. 2nd and 6, there's the snap, handoff to Faircloth, bounces out to the right side, spins, has his helmet ripped off. No flag on the field, inexplicably, as we could all pretty clearly see hands grabbing the face mask to pull that helmet all the way off of Faircloth, so he'll have to come off the field. They give him 6 yards on the gain, on the play. And that ball looks like it's spotted as a first down. And the official, Eric Pomerlow, signaling. We'll see if they call it a first down. Yes, they do.
And that is
Wyatt
for a first
Faircloth.
down. First and 10 Stars.
A 6-yard run for a first down. And let me tell you what, I don't understand how that was not a penalty. Head just about got twisted around when that helmet was ripped off. There's the snap. Hand off to Kemp right up the middle and is spun down after about a 13-yard gain all the way down to 15-yard gain. And he's down to the 15-yard line, and it looks like we have a So-High star down on the field. I believe that is Kenai Lapule. That is not one of the players the Stars want to have down on the field. And here come team trainers to have a look at him. They marked that at the 4-yard line, so a 16-yard gain for Jacob Kemp on the run right up the middle of the Stars fullback, adding to his over 100 yards for the day. And it'll be first and goal from the Soldotna from the Palmer 4-yard line. And they may just be treating Lapule for cramps. Looks like they're stretching him out. Either way, we'll step aside for just a moment while Lapule is attended to. It'll be first and goal for the Stars when we come back. You're listening to
And that run by Kemp is enough for a first down. First and goal.
goal for the Soldotna Stars from the Palmer 4-yard line. 8 minutes and 43 seconds remaining on the Three Bears scoreboard in the third quarter. Stars going to try and push the score up over 50. Kemp takes the handoff, and he is immediately wrapped up at the line of scrimmage by number 65. That is Chandler Coleman, the 5'8", 225-pound junior. And no gain on the play, maybe 1 yard. Second down and goal for Soldotna, now from about the 3.5-yard line. 8 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Stars break their huddle. Come out in a 3-back formation. Buckby under center. Takes the snap and hands it off to Kemp, and he is bullying his way forward. Picks up another yard, maybe 2. They stop him about 6 inches shy of the goal line. It'll be third and goal for the Stars. We said that this Palmer line was revamped, and here go the Stars working very quickly. The snap in, it's going to be a keeper. Buckby punches it in. He is in the end zone for a Soldotna touchdown. The Stars really sharing the love in this game. They have 5 different players now who have all scored touchdowns. That's Buckby's first carry and score to go along with a 3-for-6 day passing. Kenai Lapule, by the way, if you were shaking in your boots, he's okay. It was just a cramp, and he's already back on the field, I believe. Luke Hillier out for the extra point. Stars lead 54-14. That scoring drive brought to you
And the extra point by Hillier.
by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. When you need to do DMV work, go to Kenai Peninsula Driving, 907-690-3783. Extra point from Hillier is good, and the score now 55-14. Soldotna on top of the Palmer Moose. And now we're starting to see some helmets coming off for some of the offensive players. We'll see if their day is done, and if some of the JV boys start to make their way in. That's probably going to be dependent on what the Moose do on this drive.
Give Dr. Brian a call at 262.
A successful day for the Stars so far, that's for sure, but not without some things to work on. Obviously, the penalties were a bit of a problem. A couple breakdowns on defense, but nothing too big. Very solid defensive play. And as always, moving the ball very efficiently and very easily, as we said, against a stronger offensive and defensive line for the Moose. They showed it there briefly on the goal line with the goal line stand. Hillier back out now for the kickoff into the wind. Kickoff brought to you by Everybody Rides Again, where your job and a down payment will get you into a used vehicle today. Hillier's kick is up. It's a dandy considering the gust that's going into, taken by Gherkin. He runs around to the left side, and he's going to be chased down and pulled down by Andon Wolverton and Matthew Schilling. The two Soldotna juniors really kind of taking over this game. And that is about a 10-yard, 12-yard return for Gherkin. Will take over the ball, or take over on their own 18-yard line. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the far hash. Moose going left to right. Faircloth jogging off the field. Looks like Dax Walden is going to take over for him. And here comes 77. That is Elias Brantley back out on the field, getting a little defense. Handoff to Henry, I believe, right up the middle.
Number 3, the Stars, Wyatt Williams.
Wyatt Williams in on the tackle for Soldotna. And now Coda Lapule is down on the field. We'll see if it's another cramp or maybe just a little bit of fatigue. A 1-yard gain on that run. And here comes the training staff. Kenan Lapule, as we said, was down on the turf for just a little bit earlier, but appeared to be just fatigue and a leg cramp. They were stretching out his left leg. Now we'll see what the training staff does. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Moose when they get the ball going again. They'll be at their own 29-yard line. Let's look ahead here at the Soldotna schedule for this season. Next week, the Stars head north. They'll be at Chugiak. The start time for that game on Friday, August 23rd will be 7 p.m. Make sure you tune in to ESPN 1140 AM, 96.9 FM, or streaming live at RadioKenai.com. The pregame coverage will start around 6:40 or 6:45. Then on the following week, on August 31st, the Stars are headed to the lower 48. They will go down to Idaho to play Trenton High School at Idaho State University. And Coda Lapule is up on his feet. He's going to leave the field under his own power. He does appear to be favoring that right leg just a little bit, but a good sign when you can leave the field under your own power. Last year, the Stars lost Elias Brantley early on in the season. That's actually Coach Galen Brantley's son. Lost him early in the season to a leg injury. And with Lapule off the field, the Stars will head back out. It looks as though Brantley will take over for him on the defensive line. Brantley, the center for the Stars, getting a little work on defense. 2nd and 9, Garner in the shotgun. Moose going left to right. Takes the snap, handoff is to Gherkin. He's got room to work up the left side, blows through one tackle and then another, and he'll run out of bounds a couple of yards shy of the first down on the far sideline. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Moose. 7 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Stars leading 55-14 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. On defense right now for the Stars, on the defensive line, I see Theo Huff, then Dalton Armstrong, Elias Brantley, and I can't quite see that one on the far side, 64, that's Carter Hillier. Garner under center with 3 wide receivers, takes the snap, There's a handoff to Gherkin right up the middle, and he's going to be brought down after about a 10-yard gain by Dax Walden.
Dax Walden on the tackle.
Walden needed to be a little bit careful. Got that hand up into the horse collar territory, and another Palmer player down on the field, but he is able to get up. That is number 57, Aiden Don.
Back on his feet for the Moose.
And we'll see if he heads for the sideline. Looks like he will.
That run for the Moose.
The 5'10", 230-pound senior.
1st and 10.
Let's talk about what constitutes a big boy. On the Stars offensive and defensive line, Kenai Lapule tipping the scales at 280 pounds, the 5'11" senior. And then right next to him, Coda Lapule, 5'8", the sophomore, is 250 pounds. Austin Lewis, 270 pounds. Stars not lacking for beef on the line, that's for sure. First down for the Moose at the 50-yard line. Garner in the shotgun, fakes the handoff to Gherkin, and he's getting chased down by Eli Richards. Scrambles, no, he throws, complete
Pass is complete
to Jaden Hartman for about a 7 or an 8, 9-yard gain. They'll give the Moose on that one. But what a chase down by Eli Richards, the freshman, getting some reps on defense for Soldotna. He was nipping at the heels of the starting quarterback for the Moose, Nolan Garner, who has had a pretty decent game.
That's Wyatt. Number 3 is Wyatt.
Excuse me, Wyatt Williams. Oh, we have 2 number 3s listed on the roster. That's what's going on here. Wyatt Williams is the number 3 we're talking about. Back in the shotgun, 2nd and 1. Handoff is to KJ Henry, and he'll be wrapped up and twisted down by Wyatt Williams after a 2-yard gain for a first down.
That's a 2-yard gain, and that is enough for a Palmer first down. 1st and 10
And the Moose will continue to trudge downfield. Buckby on the sideline, warming up. Zach Kemp, I believe, is the JV quarterback. We'll see if he gets some reps on the next offensive drive for the Stars. 5 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the third quarter. Soldotna rocking their way to a W. It looks like in the first game of the season, they're on top by 41 points in the third quarter, 55-14. Nolan Garner in the shotgun, 1st and 10 from the Stars' 39-yard line. Little pitch play on the reverse to Reed Craner all the way around the left side, but Lo Kenny Wong comes flying in and wraps him up and pulls him down after a 5-yard gain. 6-yard gain on the play. 5-yard gain, excuse me. 2nd and 5. Clock continues to run. 4 minutes and 30 seconds in the third quarter. Several second-string defensive players on the field now. Garner in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers, 2 out to the right side. Snap is low. Somehow gets the handoff to Gherkin, but the defensive line comes crashing through, and Theo Huff picks up the tackle. Wyatt Williams in on that one again.
Loss of 2 on the play.
Stick around after the final in the fourth quarter. We'll have your Peninsula Community Health Services post-game show. We'll recap stats, give you some highlights, look ahead at some other games this weekend for a couple other Peninsula teams. We'll talk about those in a minute. And we'll also give you the Pizza Boys player of the game. Nolan Garner in the shotgun, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Low snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. Pass is complete to Reed Craner, and an absolutely disgusting tackle by Lo Kenny Wong. Basically a double-leg takedown, upending Craner and putting him on his back. Still the catch good enough for a first down for the Moose, but Lo Kenny Wong is having himself a game. Tackled Craner on that play like he took the Craner touchdown earlier, very personal. 1st and 10 for the Moose from the Sohai 27-yard line. 3 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the third quarter. Moose getting an opportunity to move the ball here a little bit against the second string for the Soldotna Stars. Henry in the ace. It's a fake on the handoff, rolling to his left. Garner throws across his body, and he had Ralston wide open. And Ralston could not make the catch at about the 2-yard line. Flag comes out. It was kind of a late flag, and it was well away from the ball. Illegal man downfield. That'll be a 10-yard penalty.
Replay first down, 1st and 20.
They will replay first down. It'll be 1st and 20 from the Soldotna 37-yard line. So it wouldn't have mattered even had Ralston been able to haul that one in. But a nice pass from Garner, able to kind of throw off his back foot in the opposite direction from where he was running. 2 minutes and 54 seconds. 1st down and 20 for the Moose. Garner in the shotgun. Takes snap, handoff to Henry. He runs to his left, aims for the 5-hole, and he is wrapped up and brought down by a couple Stars.
Jacob Kemp on the tackle.
Look like Jacob Kemp and Carter Hillier wrapping up
around the legs.
Contributing on that tackle. About a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 17 for the Moose. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Stars starting their season off with authority. Kind of what we expected from them. Garner back in the shotgun. 3 wide receiver set. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Moose going left to right. Shotgun snap, little pitch out to Gherkin. It's a fake, and the throw is very deep, and it's caught for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Moose.
Palmer pulling out the trick book. That pass is completed to Aiden Hirschman.
Touchdown for the Moose.
So on a 2nd and 17, the Moose draw up a fancy one. Gherkin with the 42-yard touchdown pass to Aiden Hirschman. That'll chisel away just a little bit at the Stars lead. Owen Lance back on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good.
And the extra point by Lance is good.
And with 1:57 to play in the 3rd quarter, it's 55-21. Stars on top of the Palmer Moose.
Jay's Painting, a licensed contractor. Call Jay Kreiner, 262.
That scoring drive brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. Get your commercial driver's license with Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction, 907-690-3783. Moose not even making a stop in the 3T detailing red zone. 3T detailing. It'll be a score if they detail your vehicle. Your auto professional detailing shop, 907-252-3960. Again, the score on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard, 55-21. Stars on top of the Moose with 1:57 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We still got a whole quarter of football to play, although once the JV ends up on the field, the clock tends to keep running just a little bit more. The drives a little more sustained, although most of the time we see the SoHi JV able to move the ball against first-team defense for a lot of these Division II opponents. It'd be nice to see the Stars take on a Division I opponent one of these days, but what I'm told is that every year they ask, and everybody just says no thanks. Lance in for the kickoff. No, that's not Lance. That's actually, let's see here, 60. It was Atticus Prince maybe. It's muffed and sliding in to try and pick up the ball. A few different Moose come in. Stars signaling that they have it. Guess who? Matthew Schilling comes out of the bottom of that pile with the football. Kickoff was muffed by Ethan Piscoya. The Sohai Junior getting some reps on kickoff offense or kickoff varsity here.
First and 10 from the 32.
And looks like it's going to be a timeout called by the Moose. Stars will take over on their own 26-yard line when we come back. You're listening to high school football on ESPN Radio.
Thank you
60
so much
seconds.
for your support. I think Dax Walden's going in the game.
Where's Brian?
You're only up 34.
Brian, no, I need another tight end.
First and 10 Stars.
Welcome back to high school football. Snap from Zach Kemp is a handoff that goes to the right side to Dax Walden for about 3 yards. Zach Kemp getting his first reps at QB for the Stars. The sophomore, I believe. Yeah, the sophomore for Soldotna, who's starting QB. The last couple of years, it's been Trenton Onimus, who is quarterbacking for the Stars JV, although he's going to be focusing more on baseball now going forward. There's another handoff. That one right up the middle. Handoff to
Number 41 on the carry, Chase Hall.
Chase Hall,
Stars.
the 5'8", 155-pound sophomore. So it'll be 3rd down and 4 for Soldotna. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Zach Kemp, the quarterback, under center. There's the snap and the handoff to the near side. And that is Wyatt Williams, who gets absolutely lambasted by number 51, Luke Senna. And it'll be 4th down and 2 for the Stars. And looks like they're going to go for this one in their own territory. Ball spotted on the Sohai 35-yard line. Brantley over center. Now under him is Kemp. And maybe we're just going to get an attempt to draw the defense off sides. Yeah, that's what they do. And Palmer doesn't bite. They show some good discipline. It'll be a timeout for Soldotna. Stars leading the Moose 55-21 with just over 7 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We'll step aside. We'll be right back. You're listening to high school football on ESPN Radio.
If you're having Their clinic is laid back, friendly. Thank you so much for Soldotna Optometry Clinic for supporting Sohai football. We're located at 170 East Corral, Suite 1, 262-3168.
Welcome back to high school football. 4th down and 2. Stars couldn't get the Moose to jump off sides. Nevertheless, they come out of the timeout with something drawn up. They're going to go for this one. And that'll end the third quarter, no doubt. Under center, there's the snap, a run up the middle for Walden. He breaks a couple tackles and gets through the secondary. Picks up about 7-8 yards. And that'll be a Soldotna Stars first down. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 Stars from their own 43-yard line when we come back. You're listening to high school football We head to the home stretch. The Stars running away from the Moose 55-21 after 3 quarters in the books. You're listening on ESPN Radio. 6.
Nice work, ladies.
What is it? It's a guy. He tries to prank his.
First and 10 Stars from the 43.
Handoff is a keeper to Kemp up the near side. Jukes one man running back across the field. Now picking up ahead of steam, and Reed Craner, though, chasing him down and wrapping up the sophomore after a gain of about 20. And I think we're going to get a personal foul against Craner, who got up after that tackle and gave a little extra shove to Zach Kemp. And we'll see if that is indeed the call.
Unsportsmanlike against the Moose.
Yes, it is. It's an unsportsmanlike penalty on the Moose, and no doubt that is on Reed Craner. Perhaps a little bit of the frustration in the lopsided game showing through. So that'll add on 15 yards to a 20-plus yard run, and it'll put the Stars all the way down at the Moose 22-yard line. Almost entirely a second-string offense in there now, and still moving the ball effectively. First and 10. Kemp under center, takes the snap. Handoff is up the gut, and there's the run of about 5 yards.
Number 41 on the carry for the Stars, Chase Hall.
Chase Hall,
Gain of 5 on the play.
the 5'8" sophomore. Gain of 5, so it'll be second down and 5 for Soldotna with 11 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the game. Elias Brantley stays in at center. Always a good idea to keep your center in there. Just healthy play. There's a snap, a handoff to Walden through the right side. Pushes forward for about 4 yards. Brought down from behind by Chandler Coleman. And that ball spotted 1 yard shy of the first down, so it'll be third down and one, excuse me, from the Moose 13-yard line. And this is one of the reasons that the Stars are able to replenish their talent going from JV to varsity, as the JV boys get so many reps in varsity games. Snap from Walden, handoff to Williams. He pushes his way up the middle. He'll get the first down. And he powers forward to about the 8-yard line. So it'll be first and goal for the Stars.
First and goal Stars from the 8.
Working very quickly, getting back up to the line. It's Williams. And let's see who else there. There's a handoff to Williams to the left side, and he's all the way down to about the 1. It'll be second and goal.
Number 41 on the carry again. Chase Hall.
It's a riot. Oh, it's a riot.
Right weed in for the Stars.
So the backfield right now is Chase Hall, Wyatt Williams, and Ethan Piscoya. No, not Piscoya. Now it's Manua Wong. There's the snap and the handoff right up the middle to Chase Hall, and he's in for another Soldotna High School touchdown. Stars eclipsing 60 points yet again. Picking up where they left off in the state championship game last season. That touchdown drive brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. When you need work, or when you need to do DMV work, go to Kenai Peninsula Driving in Kenai. Driver training, licensing, tags, titles, and more. 907-690-3783, Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. Stars working with alacrity through the red zone. That's the 3T detailing red zone. It'll be a score if they detail your vehicle. Paint correction, ceramic coating, full interior and exterior detailing. 907-252-3960. And the Stars go for two. And Ryan Weed punches that one in for the 2-point extra point. 63-21 now the score for Soldotna on top of the Moose in the fourth quarter on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard.
The College Heights Baptist fifth quarter is happening tonight. Fifth quarter.
And the Stars will make their way back. And the Moose will try to salvage a little bit of dignity here. They'll take over. Stars will be kicking into the wind once again. We'll see who gets the kickoff now. It might be Liam Peck, I think. He's going to get the nod to kick this off. And as the clock is winding down, it is mercy rule now, so it will remain a running clock. Once a team goes up by 35 points or more, it's then running clock territory. And it also has to be in the fourth quarter, I believe. Liam Peck will be the kicker for the Stars. With the Everybody Rides Again kickoff, Everybody Rides Again on K-Beach. A down payment and a job is all it takes to get you into a used vehicle today. Peck, the kicker, taking over for Luke Hillier, who was almost perfect in the first half. Several good kickoffs and was good on 5 out of 6 extra points that he kicked. And here's Peck's kick. It's a line drive, and it's going to be caught by Henry at about the 13-yard line, and he cuts back across traffic all the way back up to the 50, working his way around and finally hit by Peck, and that slows him down enough for, I believe, Mason Bach to make the tackle. And that is, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, about a 45-yard return by K.J. Henry for the Moose. And with 7 minutes and 16 seconds and counting, Palmer will take over at the SoHi 40-yard line. I think this is the first time that the Moose have started a drive in SoHi territory.
First and 10 from the SoHi 40.
Garner now leading the Moose right to left under center. I formation behind him. Takes the snap, pitch over to Gherkin, running to the right side, and he powers straight through one tackle. Attempt by Liam Peck. And then he's finally brought down after a gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6 for the Moose from the SoHi 36-yard line.
Ethan Cooper in the game.
6 minutes and 25 seconds to play on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. Stars leading 63-21 in the fourth quarter. Moose break their huddle. Back to the line of scrimmage. Nolan Garner under center. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Henry in the ace formation behind him. There's a handoff to Henry. Right up the middle. Works his way through traffic. And now into open space. And he'll run all the way in for a 36-yard Palmer touchdown. K.J. Henry. A nifty little move right as he got into the center of that secondary. And he was able to bounce out to the left side and skip pretty freely on in for the touchdown. Coach Brantley no doubt identifying some things to work on. Owen Lance in for the extra point, and it's blocked. A low kick.
Looks like Scotty
He's trying to overpower the wind. That block by Ethan Cooper.
Missed the extra point, makes the score of the Soldotna Stars 63.
So now after the missed extra point, the score is Soldotna 63. The Palmer Moose 27.
Work to ensure the success of this season. Thank you, so high.
The Moose will kick off here in just a moment. Scoring drive, again, brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. Renew your license, register a vehicle, and more at Kenai Driving in Kenai. If you've always wanted to drive big rigs, give them a call, 907-690-3783. Stars will take over after this Palmer Moose kickoff. Looking ahead at a couple other games coming up for the Stars. They've got Chugiak next week, as we said, then on down to Idaho. And then they'll have West Valley here in Soldotna on September 6th. So back-to-back weeks on the road for the Stars. One a short drive on the road up to Chugiak. The other a somewhat more lengthy drive on the road. That one all the way down to Idaho State. I imagine they'll fly. But, you know, maybe it's time for a road trip. School started. Kids already want to get out. You never know. On for the kickoff, it'll be 86. That is Noah Gallego, the 5'10" senior for the Moose. You'll have to get a spotter to hold the ball for him because they get blown over by the wind. Kicks into the wind. Dax Waldenbach takes the kick at the so-high 11-yard line. Nice cut at the 19. Breaks some ankles and then a couple tackles and bullies his way forward to the 19-yard line, but flags coming out all over the place. We'll see what these are about. As it stands, it'll be first down and 10 from the Soldotna 29-yard line. Clock continuing to run once again as we are in Mercy Rule territory.
Stars would also like to thank all the sponsors.
Holding on Soldotna, so they'll be backed up a little bit here. That'll put them on their own 19-yard line. Stars on top of the Moose, 63-27 in the fourth quarter. As we approach just under 3 minutes to play now. Stick around once this one goes final for the Peninsula Community Health Services postgame show. Find out who the Pizza Boys player of the game is. Your guess is as good as mine, and I got to figure this one out. We've got players with touchdowns all over the place for Sohai in this one. Kemp under center and hands it off. Run up the left side, or actually right back up the middle, I believe. That was Williams on the carry. No gain on the play. Second down and 10 for the Stars. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Stars in their huddle. Zach Kemp getting some reps at quarterback after replacing starting varsity quarterback Owen Buckby. Second and 10. Stars on the line. Kemp under center. There's the snap. The handoff is to Williams. Right back up the middle again. This time another run for no gain.
Williams again on the carry.
And it'll be third down and 10. Stars content probably to just let this one run out. Maybe it was a fumbled snap. Referees having a hard time keeping the ball in its place as the night has gone on. The wind has only gotten stronger. As we said earlier, they were calling for sustained winds of around 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 25. But right now it looks like it's probably more like a sustained wind of about 25 miles per hour. Third and 10, Kemp under center. There's the snap. Hands it off to Williams. He bullies his way up the middle for about 6-7 yards to the Sohai 27-yard line. And it'll be fourth down and 3, under a minute to play. Stars on top, 63-27. And one more play to go for Soldotna. They make their way up to the line after they break their huddle. They'll go ahead and run it on 4th down, 4th and 3. There's a snap and the handoff to the left side. That is 37, Ethan Cooper. And he will pick up the first down. And the Stars are going to pick up a win to open up their 2024 campaign in a bid to repeat as Division II state champions and continue to assert themselves as the best football team in the state of Alaska. All zeros on the clock. Soldotna Stars run away with this one against the Palmer Moose. 63-27 is your final score. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with your Peninsula Community Health Services post-game show on ESPN Radio.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. On behalf of Marty Medcoff, Kenai Sports Live, have a good night, everybody.